Hello guys, how you all doing tonight? I thought we'd have a midweek roundup. I bet you thought I disappeared, eh? Aye, you can't get rid of me that easy, eh? So I've called this one the CringeFest because I've took a step back and I'm just looking at everything in the flat earth and I'm just cringing. I'm still cringing. My teeth, I think I've wore my teeth down about 5 mil at least. It's so cringy. I was just listening to Isa Mahalski. I quite like the guy. Talented guy, brilliant at his music and all that. It's a pity he's a flat earth nerd. But even his show, I was just cringing there listening to, what was his name? I call him Elmer Fudd in his chat. Flat Still Earth, that's his name. And it's the emotions. They get triggered so easy, these emotional maniacs. And that's going to be the main subject of tonight's presentation is the emotions involved. And Dell, this guy's an emotional wreck. And I've not talked to Dell for a wee while, but I think he misses me, and I think this is why he has to repeat my name, slander me, and he does slander me because he calls me criminal-minded and cult and religious fanatic and shit like this, and he's an emotional wreck, guys. This guy is, and at the same time he's saying no, it's good to be emotional, but inside, leave it at the keyboard. Didn't take your emotions away with you. And in one, he's a walking contradiction. In one word, he's saying, I don't care about unity and being together. And he does all this with his arms nowadays. He's trying to become this character now. So he doesn't care about unity. But then later on, he says, everyone has to come together. Everyone has to support each other. That's unity. So, to me, I didn't care. I didn't care if people want to believe in flat Earth, guys. I didn't. I'd fight for people to believe in anything. This is what makes it a free society, is that we can believe in this shit if we want. But when it starts interfering with reality, if you can't keep it just to your shed, if you start telling people to take to the streets and activism and social justice warrior talk, because this is what it is, it's social justice warrior talk. And it's obviously a psyop. It is. It's not a grassroots movement. This is a psyop. And whether Dell knows it or not, he's feeding the mainstream and the establishment. He's helping them. It's just, I was watching the G20 summits in Germany, in Hamburg, and there were all the world leaders were meeting, and it was costing 40 million euros. A lot of people weren't happy about it, so they were protesting, and they've got every right to protest. But then you have these idiots called Antifa, or Antifa, this German, I think they were started in the 30s in Germany, and this Antifa, and I've heard Lewis Hackett mention them as well, and I wasn't really aware of them until this G20 summit because of the damage they'd done. They turned up and protesting against fascism. Antifa means anti-fascism. But at the same time, they go around smashing up small shops, small businesses, assaulting people, setting things on fire, setting people's cars on fire. They're just going around causing carnage. And this is left-wing anarchist. This is their values. They're anarchists. They're anti-establishment. They're anti-Nazi. They're pro-Muslim. They're anti-Jew. They're pro-gay. Even Antifa is a walking contradiction. And to me, Validation Boy had in his last video that Flat Earth was becoming like a cult. Well, to me, last year it was a bit like a cult. I had all these sort of new age concepts to it, just alternate energy and alternate medicines and alternate this and alternate that, drinking piss and singing Kumbaya with vibrations, and it was more of that last year. But when I look at it now, it's more of a SJW movement. It's more of a social justice. And the Flat Earth has lots of parallels with this Antifa. And this Antifa, anti-fascist group, is funded by George Soros. And it's the same with the Black Lives Matter and these other social justice movements. And it's easily, you can feel yourself getting pushed to the right. Because I've never been right-wing, guys. I've never been a right-winger. I've always considered myself central left, if anything. But because of all this shit you see with this Antifa and the far left, and this far left is creating a more extreme right. You can see it in America. So it's the same in Flat Earth. The more these flat earthers like Dell and Infinite Plane Society push this fascist sort of reality towards people, the more people reject it and become more mainstream. People start becoming more mainstream because of the ridiculousness of the flat earth. People start believing the mainstream. And it's the same with the Antifa shit. They push the left so hard that people start easing into the right wing when they weren't right thought. They never had right wing thoughts. But they feel themselves getting pushed that way because of the left. And it's this false dichotomy. In Infinite Plane Society, he plays that game. This red pill, blue pill. And why no stop taking pills? But it's just cringy. Dell is just totally cringy. He's coming across as just losing the plot, and he's bored. He's bored. He knows it. Dell knows he's bored. He knows that his hangouts are mediocre at best. At best. He's had that Meryl character. What is it? Merlin. He looks like that Scottish actor. I can't remember his name. But God, man. And this is the best Dell can muster up. So he's looking for a fight, Dell. He is. And that's why he's had to repeat our names in that hangout. And Tim Osmond came along and shut down and sniped his hangout. Well done, Tim. Well done. You just made Dell look like he was telling the truth again. You know what I mean? It just justifies, and everyone watching it they shut down Dell. They're trying to shut down the truth. Well done, Tim. Jesus Christ, man. Oh, because you wanted to smoke a bowl. You're a gorilla. No, you're not. You're not a gorilla. We've already seen you. And this flat earth cohesion, we need flat earth cohesion. We didn't need flat earth cohesion. We need flat earth ridicule. We need it out. We need flat earth destruction. We need it out the window. We need the end of flat earth. That's what we need, not cohesion. And Tim says, what was another thing? Oh, you can get lots of nuggets out of flat earth. No, you don't. Not from flat earthers. You discover your own nuggets along the way, but you don't get it from flat earthers. Only nuggets you get from flat earthers are chicken nuggets. That's for Anthony Riley, eating his chicken nuggets, and that's it. That's it. And talking about Anthony Riley, that guy is just a troll. He's just a troll. I've seen him playing this game with Sly Sparkane, the same game he's playing with Soundly. He just kicks the dead. He just takes it further and further to. He gets to the point where he's actually just denying Soundly's footage now. He's saying CG, or he's just an idiot, total troll. And this is what I've learned in all this, guys. You'll notice that I've not tried to debate flat earthers. I've not tried to convince flat earthers. I'm just hoping that new people coming into this didn't get wrapped up the way I did and the way other people did in this crap. I've realised that the only people stupider than flat earthers are people that will debate flat earth. And I've realised that. I was willing to go in and debate a flat earther as well, but it quickly hit me that there's no point. It's a losing battle. You're fighting a social justice movement. You're a cult. Do you know what I mean? And I'm going to highlight a few cringe moments that I've watched over the past week. Just total cringe fests. And I'm going to start with Dell, and then I'm going to start with you being exposed. I'm going to expose you being exposed for this hypersensitive blackness. This shit that we've. This is what I'm talking about, guys. This whole social justice movement. You being exposed and Bro Sanchez fall into that category, no doubt. Bro Sanchez pushes the fist and the Black Panthers on his. He uses imagery related to black repression into the flat Earth, and so if you're a white guy mixing in there, it's just you need to accept that you're the guilty white guy, and it's just this is not on. This is not on, and this is what Antifa do as well. So, as much as I can agree with VB, it's cultish. I think it's more of a social justice shitty movement, fully left-wing idiots, and a lot of like 50 mid-50-year-olds have got nothing better to do than moan about first world problems. It's just, they're all just contradictions, just total contradictions. And I'm just cringing now, I'm just laughing at them. And this is what we should do, guys, now. The same with Soundly, you've presented enough, you'll drive yourself crazy. I've told Lewis Hackett this, don't get involved with these flat earthers, don't get involved with debating them. Don't debate them. Speak to them about why they believe in flat earth and why they feel the need to push this anti-government shit along with it. Because at the end of the day, guys, nobody denies them believing in flat earth. But they want to change government, they want to burn books, and they want to out these globe disciples and all this shit, and it's just, that's overstepping the mark. And when you overstep the mark like that, it sounds like fascism, like IPS. It's just fascism, total fascism. Actually, I could imagine IPS with one of the black masks on. It would be Antifa. He's probably a failed Antifa member, IPS. He's probably getting funded the same as George Soros funds Antifa. There's probably a movement within Flat Earth like that. And IPS he's probably the top suspect for that sort of role. And Dell and Eric DeBay and Bro Sanchez and you being exposed, they all carry the same sort of tendencies, this social justice warrior, this feeling that they've been beaten down, they've been suppressed, they're getting the money taken out their pockets. And it's just cringe. Like I said, I just cringe. I'm laughing my head off at these people. I've just laughed so hard and it's just not funny. It's just not funny anymore. And this is why I'm here still. I'm here to laugh at people like Dell, like him. This guy that thinks that he's getting to the point of pure paranoia now. And he's saying that he's got locals trolling him. He's got locals trolling him. People that live in his area trolling him. So, are they CIA? Are they MI5 or whatever Dell thinks they are, some kind of agents? Do you know what I mean? Or could the fact be that Dell could be fucking wrong? He could be just wrong. Anyway, guys, we'll have a look at what Dell had to say. Like I said, I hadn't poked Dell for a while. And he's just, and in fact, I've praised Dell for being one of the only flat earthers out there that isn't asking for money, but he still insists on poking. And fair enough, he'll get it back, but he's just going to get ridiculed. I'm not going to argue with him. Soundly's picture, I didn't even realise that there was a place in the world that had that much water, with that many pylons in a row, curving like that. If people have found Soundly's images and realised that spot at the beginning of Flat Earth, the Flat Earth might have not have took off as quickly as it has. That Lake Pontchartrain, Soundly's imagery, and he shows you all in raw files. You can go and check it out in his Google Drive. It's all raw. You can check him going there live. But advice to Soundly, mate, you're a smart guy. You should know that now you should realise that this is more than just trying to convince him. This is a group mentality. This is, like VB says, a cult. Like I said, a year ago it was a cult. But nowadays it's more looking like a social justice movement with these libtards who are pushing, they're claiming they're fighting the establishment, but they're fighting free speech. This is what it's all about, guys. It's about stopping our free speech. This flat earth psyop on the internet is about stopping free speech. It's to make everybody look ridiculous. And it's the same with this Antifa. By them going out in the streets and destroying things and attacking people, it gives the government justification to have a police state. And that's the game. That's the game they're all playing. Divide and conquer. Two sides. And it's neither. It's neither. And Dale wants to play the sides as well. We're going to listen to him anyway. The guy's a lunatic.
Many people have talked about flat earth as a psyop. You know, I've stated there is psyops going on within it, right? It's the globe that's the psyop. It's the globe and all its funding and its access to the personnel. That's the psyop part of it. They have many factions involved in this fucking thing, right? Look at what psyop means, psychological operation, what they're trying to target. You know, the main one being your emotions, which is why from the very off I asked people, you know, try to encourage people to remove your emotions from it. You know, we can still display our emotions, but don't let them eat you up inside. Don't let them, you know, when you switch this off and walk away, that should be the last you even bothering with it. If you're walking away from this screen and there's something going on internally, emotionally, you know there's an issue. They have achieved what their goal was. Right? The psyop is with the globe. The globe is a psyop. It's a cartoon. It's a religious cult. And anybody defending it is a disciple and part of that religious cult. Now, these people who continue to do it after this amount of time, I'm now considering criminal-minded.
So, Dell claims that because after 2 years, and we're still here, he's going to consider us criminal-minded. But Dell never thinks that maybe he's the one that's wrong, and he's been in this for 2 years also, following a lie. That's the difference, Dell. You've been in it 2 years chasing a lie. I've been in it for 2 years chasing the truth. That's the difference between us two. None of us are agents, pal.
Right? They are now actively getting in the fucking way of real people making progress. People have every fucking right to demand to know where they live. People have every right to question the claims that they were born into. And if those claims do not match observable reality, tough fucking titty, right? People are not accepting it anymore. So you better just fucking realise it and go on with it. As I said before, you can even look at it. They claim that they're for science, right? They also claim that they realise this is not going away. So why do they keep persisting and fucking playing these games, these manipulative games? Right? And I guarantee you, guys like Timmy Osmond and Jem Panda and all these people, they're not fucking clever enough. They ain't clever enough to be acting off their own back.
So, he said earlier about containing your emotions. Now look at the state of the guy. He's a wreck. The guy's a total wreck. He's a paranoid wreck. He can't get through his mind why someone would think he's wrong. And this is disturbing him, and he thinks everyone's agents, and it's hilarious, guys. It's hilarious. It's when you know you're not an agent, that's what makes it hilarious, because you know you're not. It's just a crazy psychological. So it's funny.
Spoiled boys. That's all they are. Right? But it gives you an insight into how they're profiling, who they're profiling, and who's actually involved in this. And acting fucking as if they're big and brash. They're just fucking wee stupid spoiled boys. That's all they are. Right? But it gives you an insight into how they're profiling, who they're profiling, and who's actually involved in this whole fucking mess. Right? Because they have to employ them because they want to protect the power that they actually have. The power that they think they have.
Jesus, man.
So, their methods, as I say, they work in groups. And by the way, the very same accounts, the very same people are also involved in anti-vaccine, alternative medicine, chemtrails, and this question.
Maybe because a lot of that's bullshit, and there's a lot of people going around trying to debunk these guys, including the chemtrails. Right, we'll skip ahead. It starts to get pretty animated.
most of these accounts will be fucking Timmy, Jem Panda, Jed, that.
See, Jed. Again, he mentions my name 3 times within half an hour. And I've not disturbed the guy one bit. If anything, like I said, I've praised the guy. So he's just going around looking for a fight. He's just an idiot.
Wee fucking fanny prick for fucking Canada that thinks he's something flat earth Vancouver, BC. What a fucking dipshit. What a complete and utter.
Remember about the emotions, he remarked about earlier about emotions.
Fucking weak spastic. Every fucking one of yous are. Yous are nothing. I've told yous where I'm going to be in the fucking street numerous times. How many of yous have ever shown up? Fucking none. Because you're spineless. You've got fucking nothing to you. Absolutely fuck all. No brave, no spine, no mind, fuck all. An empty fucking shell. That's all you are.
The guy can't keep his eyes still. His eyes are all over the place. Because he doesn't believe in what he's talking about.
Useless fucking dweeb. I would flush you down the fucking toilet. You're not even worthy. I'm a fucking shit pan. Right?
Shit pan. Right? You're not even worthy, you're a shit pan. Right? The fucking state this guy gets himself into is unbelievable. Fucking unbelievable. And it's cringy. It's cringy and it's brilliant. Because the more new people that come into this, young people, and we notice that Mark Sargent, even you've been exposed, he's been promoting us sort of flat earth teens, and that authentic intent goes running up to kids, and you can see they're trying to push it on kids, but do you know what? Kids would be scared of these people. As adults, we can kind of deal with these people, but kids, if kids seen these people, they just fucking run away.
That shite is fucking more valuable. And that's why the majority of them don't show their face, because they're a fucking mess. Right?
I've always showed my face. What are you talking about? If anyone's a mess, Dale, have a look in the mirror. Have a look at that face. Dale, are you still there, mate? Fucking hell. Get a grip, man. Total paranoia, and this is obviously brought on by he's obviously getting trolled by somebody local, or a couple of local boys, in this recent Soundly video, because this is Dale's main argument, that water doesn't curve, and Soundly's videos and photographs prove that the otherwise. Debunks Dale, and Dale can't handle it. He can't fucking handle it, and at the end of the day, he just says it's CG, or he just says it's a lens. So they're not going to believe any photographs, Soundly. Honestly, mate. Doesn't matter how many. You'll have to get an aeroplane and fly them to that direct fucking spot. You'll need to get all the flat earthers together and make them use their own eyes. Because any footage you bring to them, they're going to say it's CG, it's fake, or the cameras are distorted, or all this shit. Do you know what I mean? It's pathetic. It's pathetic. It's cringy. It's cringy. Cringy stuff. It's great. It's great because people just... The more cringy it gets, the less appetising it is for the public. Anyway, where are we?
They can't look straight in the fucking camera. They couldn't come one-to-one and fucking have any eye contact because they've not got any strength to. They would be found out like that. So they hide behind the accounts. And they know it's a psychological operation. Military personnel. These things have been figured out long.
Military personnel. Fucking hell. He's starting to sound like Mel Gibson in Conspiracy Theory. Just mind rambling with fucking paranoia. This guy is a paranoid wreck. Honestly.
Want to go, how you can affect people, what tone you use, what wording you use, how to get to them. Right? That's it. They're not even fucking real people. So, whistle here, Dale is lost. You're a fucking mom. It's not going away.
Oh, God. I didn't care about using America, guys, or in other parts of Europe. this must sound alright to use, but when you're a Scotsman listening to it, it's fucking cringy. It's cringy.
This, we're talking about your thing with Nathan the other night. When you see this is where there is a divide. There is real, genuine people who don't have any malice for anybody else. They're just questioning the reality that they're experiencing, which we have every fucking...
Aye, pal, you've got every right. And we've got every right to fucking question your reality.
Puppets keep bringing it to us. They're the ones that are bringing it. They're stepping over the fucking mark.
So here he goes again, saying that we keep bringing it. He mentioned my name 3 times in this video, and I hadn't even been near the guy. I made a video with Cigarface, David Quintana, and Bro Sanchez, and I made a video about Soundly's stuff. But this was after, I made the video about Soundly's photography after this video here. So, he's just picking fights.
Right. So, they've got
Right.
fucking, the only option they've got is to fuck up, spill the fucking beans, and start telling people the truth. If they don't, I'm never going to let up, and there's people like me who will never let up. And if we can keep the numbers growing, eventually it will turn into a fucking war. If these fucking idiots don't learn to fuck off.
You hear that? See, this is what I'm talking about, guys. Talk about Flat Earth all you want. You can believe in Flat Earth if you want. Let's talk about it. But when you talk like this, and when you're talking about like this about me, I take this pretty seriously.
If they don't, I'm never going to let up, and there's people like me who will never let up. And if we can keep the numbers growing, eventually it will turn into a fucking war. If these fucking idiots don't...
If you can keep the numbers going up, then eventually it will turn into a fucking war. I mean, that's what he wants. It's the same as these Antifa fucking faggots. It's they want anarchy, but they wouldn't know what to do in a world without fucking government.
If they don't, I'm never going to let up, and there's people like me who will never let up. And if we can keep the numbers growing, eventually it will turn into a fucking war. If these fucking idiots don't learn to fuck...
keep the numbers going. That gets me thinking. The numbers, right? Dell's just hit 9,000 subs. Right, Dell's been quite a prominent character within the Flat Earth, and he's quite liked within most Flat Earth groups. And he still can't get past Patricia Steer. Do you know what I mean? Patricia Steer's got 10,000. He still can't get anywhere near You Been Exposed or Bro Sanchez. He's got 15,000, 35,000. He can't get near it. He's been promoted. Dell's been promoted by one of the top Flat Earthers who has over 100,000 subs. Dubé, who has shared Dell's shit all over his channel, promoted him to the max, and Dell still struggles to get near 10,000, and it's took him all this time to get to this point. You can Dell doesn't manipulate his numbers. He probably doesn't know how to. So this is probably a realistic number, and probably give or take a couple of thousand. But I said it months ago. I reckon there's about 10,000 Flat Earthers, and there's probably about out those 10,000 Flat Earthers, there's probably about 2,000 serious cult members, and that will do anything for Flat Earth. I think there's about 2,000 of them tops, because we're all going round in circles, guys. We all know each other. I know everybody in the chat. That reminds me, I have a wee look at chat. How you all doing? I'm sorry if I'm overlapping anyone's hangouts. I know Validation Boy's having one. I'll try and keep this short, but fuck Validation Boy. Even though I've liked a few things he's been saying lately. Let's see, who's in the house? Issa, the Flat Earth Court Intellectual Gimp. Nice name. Goloka Vrindavana. Alright. Alki is here. I listened to Alki and David Quintana on Debate Flat Earth and More, is it? The channel. It was a good chat. We've got Soundly. Nice one. Nice to see you, Soundly. Been doing good stuff. And like I said, Soundly, man, it's time to start ridiculing these people. Start making meme videos. Start pointing at the stupidity. Start pointing at the retardation of these people. Because by giving them a discussion, by giving them a civil debate, by even trying to entertain a debate, you're going down to their level. And really, just like DQ said in that video against Bro Sanchez, again, beat it. Again, we're past that now. We're past debating. We're past giving them respect to even talk to them on that level. It's time to laugh at these people. It's time to poke fun at them. It's time to ridicule their nonsense. Because, like I said, I didn't mind people believing in shit. People can believe in what they want. And like I said, I'll fight for that. But when it turns into this garbage, like what Dell's saying, wars on the street and fucking cult members and what was it? Religious cult, defenders or disciples, criminal minded. He says I'm criminal minded. That we're all captive. We're all captive. Do you know what I mean? This rhetoric is more than just a harmless corner of YouTube talking about flat Earth. This is civil rights. This is like social justice. These people want to get on the streets and change the government. They want to burn the books. They want to change the schools. Do you know what I mean? It's more than just a harmless. So, but I think the best tool against these people now, guys, is just ridicule. And that's how I started. I started with satire and ridicule. I was ridiculing these people with cartoons and shit like that and memes out of movies and that was the best way to get under their skin. When you start getting on their level and debating them, like Anthony Riley, he loves it. He'll debate you for weeks. Even when he's wrong, he'll debate you for weeks because he's just a liar. Simple as that, just a fucking liar. Just a fat liar. But good to see everybody. Laurie Gale, nice to see you. Tau Setai Alpha is here, the French-Canadian man. Nice to see you, mate. Flat Earth Zookeeper. Kader Idris. Cigarface, how you doing, mate? Poseidon 63. Flat Earth Rambling Circus Court. That's probably P. Mars. He's pretending he's upset with me. Right, start up Earth Discussions then, someone. And Earth Discussions is dead as well, guys. Because at the end of the day, you might not like flat earthers, but when you go over to their chat, man, they're boring. God, it's like it's like when Jeremy starts his hangout. It starts off good and it just ends up turning into a discussions chatting. It's boring, man. So I don't know what offends you guys, but you're just boring old intellectual farts. It's just not interesting. Anyway, where were we? Dale.
Fuck off. Right? Their game's up. They've had their time. They've had their wee bit of fun. Milked it for what they can. It's fucking over. And these fucking dickweed trolls, I hope they get outed. Because right now, I look at them as a fucking enemy of the common man. They're not the same as me. They're not the same as a man.
Enemy to the common man. Listen to this bullshit coming out of his mouth. He thinks he's some kind of fucking messiah or prophet or fucking... This is like a rant coming from somebody that thinks they have supreme authority. Obviously. Listen to the guy. And like I said, it's cringy stuff. It's funny. I laughed at this a couple of times. Pardon me, sorry. Anyway.
Who just wants the best for his family and to look after, people and support Muppets like fucking Osmond and these fucking Vancouver BCs and Jeds and all these fucking...
See, again, Vancouver BCs and Jets. So, Dale, like I says to you, mate, I never tried to pick a fight with you, but once again, you've just proven how much an idiot you are, how much you're emotionally charged, which clouds thought. When you're this emotionally charged, Dale, you can't think properly. And this is why, during this first part of your hangout, you kept losing track. What was I talking about again? What was I... Oh, it's because his mind was so clouded in hate and paranoia and fear and fucking all the rest of it that he kept losing track. He didn't ken where he was. So, top cringe this month goes to Dell. Next, we have you being exposed. Like I said, guys, everything I'm doing here, I'm using it under fair use, copyright disclaimer, for comment, news reporting, teaching, criticism, scholarship, education, research. Fair use is a permitted copyright statute that may otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favour of fair use. So there you go. And encourage critics, skeptics, debunkers alike to use fair use, because you have these people trying to copyright strike you. And they try and say you're taking money to their bairns' moose and shit like that. It's pathetic. Like I said, cringe. See your teeth cringing at these people. Anyway. Shit. My mic was off. But I think you still heard me. Right, cool. Right, you've been exposed. He's the next one. It's just a total joke, guys. Total joke of a guy. Hypersensitive black man. These are the guys that you see at the Black Lives Matter rallies, and they think that the white man's kept them down and all this shit, and it just goes on and on. And he tries to make out he's no this way. He tries to make out he's fair, and is he hell? This is once again SJW tactics, where they pull the liberal card on you. They pull the white man's done everything wrong to them. The white guilt and the white privilege shite they push on people. So we're going to have a listen to Bro Sanchez.
Children said, if I eat, he eats. We're all one people. We're all one. So if I do good, we do good. None of them wanted to be better than each other. None of them wanted to eat without the other one eating. They understood the basic concept of I am you, you are me. So and that's what we lost.
I might take some shit for asking this. So why, or what would happen if the man with the apples didn't come in the first place? What would they have done then? What would the kids have done then?
It doesn't work like that in Ubuntu. The villages
so
and the people
provides the apples.
Wait. If you're going to ask me a question, you got to let me explain it. The village themselves, they plant the food, they pick the food, they eat the food. That's how it goes. They don't need a rescuer because they're their own rescuers, and that's something that's missing in these.
So why did the aid need
money
to be?
Systems.
So why does Africa need aid if they already have a system that works so well?
Because it's a broken country because of what they have done to it. Do you not know the history?
I loosely know the history.
So why are you asking that question then?
Because from my point of view, if they've got this great Ubuntu system, then they shouldn't need the aid if it all works out.
They need the aid because they're getting raped. They have been raped and are still getting raped by every nation on this plane.
Maybe.
Period. And so those sickos are just doing what they should have been doing in the first place, which is if you see someone who's hurting, you help them out. You don't sit up there and say, oh, I'm going to help you out. And behind your hand, you got a dagger.
Right.
That's what's been
Except
done.
in politics. You do that in politics.
Okay, they started off on their own. People, this is, I don't even believe in a lot of this, okay? But this is what the history says.
I don't believe in a lot of this, she just said. I don't believe in a lot of this, but this is what the history says. So why are you repeating it if you didn't believe it?
They had their own system. Someone came in to usurp their power, and they did. So they do what they do with spoils of war. They divide it up, and so that country is so big, everybody takes a piece of it, okay? And so they fight to get their independence.
She's calling Africa a country because the country is so big. I'm afraid to tell you, since you're African and you should know this, that Africa is in fact a continent which is made up of lots of countries. Ah, dearie me.
Independence. And what do? What do those nations do? They sit up there and say, "Oh, you can have it back, but we're taking everything out of it, and you're going to pay us for now into eternity." That's not giving the land back to the people that it belonged to in the first place. So you got everybody providing a means to continue to keep that those people suppressed. So they're going to do what they can to survive. Just because their attacker comes in to say, "Oh, here's a little bread for you. Here, we're going to feed your hungry, starving children," don't make it right. No one's fooled at all.
The way I see it, which I understand that's the way you see it. The way I see it is that there are systems in place to attract.
Don't say that. It is the way that it is. This is the way that they've set it up to be. Why are you in such denial about what everybody in plain?
Why?
So he says the way I see it, and no, it's the way it is. You know what I mean? They're just hypersensitive, and because Lou Hackett's obviously white, this triggers them. This is a trigger alert.
Why can't you accept that we have different points of view?
No, there's a difference between having different points of view. But if we're both standing outside, listen, don't play games. If we're both standing on my porch,
games, Sassy.
don't cuss at me. When I cuss at you.
Whoa, Lewis.
Yo, what the fuck is wrong with you, Lewis? Shut the fuck up,
Lewis.
I don't like it when people accuse me of playing games.
You ain't finna come on my panel and talk to nobody like that. Now eat a dick, fuck nigga. That's what you do. Eat a dick. You racist faggot. You think I didn't peep that? You started talking about Africa. Why is this racist faggot getting mad? Why the racist faggot? He's no longer allowed on my panel because he showed his true colors. It ain't no fucking different point of view when you're talking about another fucking culture you shouldn't have no fucking idea of. You racist piece of shit.
He showed his true colours. He showed that he was white. You know what I mean? That's all it takes to trigger these people. Just being white triggers these people, and that's racist. That's obviously, these people are racist against white people. That's the way I see it. Simple as that. They can't have a civil conversation with another race, different from them. They have these token beta males hanging around that accept white guilt and accept that we've done everything wrong, but I'm not accepting it. I've not done anything to anybody from Africa, so why should I be guilty about anything? And why should these people make me feel guilty? These people can piss off, along with the Antifa and all the rest of them. All the rest of these SJWs, social justice warriors, that try and push guilt on people. And it just curbs free speech. That's what it's doing. It stops free speech. And I think that's the whole point of the flat earth. That's the whole point of Antifa. That's the whole point of all these left-wing, anti-government, anti-establishment. It's to stop free speech. Simple. To get people riled up, and then they'll fucking slam us with the police state.
If you want to learn the culture, ask about the culture. But you ain't gonna come on my motherfucking panel disrespecting my motherfucking...
I wonder if this guy's even been to Africa. Most Americans haven't left the country. I think it's like 90% of Americans don't even have passports. So these guys that my culture, my country, that think they identify with Africa when they don't. They go to Africa and they probably get put on a stake. I mean, because the Africans would look at him as an American. I've got Africans living in my area and they've came straight from Africa. It's no second generation, third generation. I've got Africans in my society, in my streets and stuff, and they're African, they're proper African. They know what Africa is like right now. They came from Africa. These ones in America, these African Americans, they've got no clue. They've got no connection with Africa. And if they go and check their DNA, and this is the thing I found with black racism against whites, is that if you, I done ancestry.com just to check the DNA, and I was looking through lots of videos, and I found that I was a 3% West Asian, and I kind of embrace that West Asian. It's like, cool, you know what I mean? And I feel myself embracing that wee 3%. 97% is European, but I've got 3% West Asian, and I felt myself, again, grasping it. And when you watch the African Americans do the DNA tests and they find out they're 30% European, 20% European, they're disgusted. Most of them are disgusted and ashamed that they have white heritage. And a lot of them say that, oh, I was told that it was Native American. And this is the thing that's going on right now, guys. There's a thing against white people. It's strange, especially white men. I don't know. But this is what I think this whole "you've been exposed" characters are. He's just there to divide as well, just like IPS. He's just another divider, and he's just somebody to be laughed at. That was probably laughed at so hard by so many people watching. It's just a cringe fest. Two videos I've shown you guys. Total cringe fest. If you've been in the flat earth for a while, it seems normal. But see if somebody from the outside comes in and looks at this stuff, fucking laughing their heads off. It's just so cringy. Right, talking about cringe, here's another cringe fester. I'll call him a cringe fester. Uncle Cringe Fester. Authentic Intent. And this guy, he's got cystic fibrosis. And this is another one. When it gets tough, when it comes to his questions, when he gets put on the spot, he pulls out the cystic fibrosis card. And it's a victim card. Same again. Hyper victimization. Just like you've been exposed dread. Hyper victimization. And it's a tactic used by the far left and these libtards. And Authentic Intent, when I first noticed this guy, I had about 130 subs. And I was trolling IPS, and I took a lot of people to see this channel, Authentic Intent, and he's exploded. The guy's exploded. And what this guy does is the same as what Dell does, is the street interviews, but it's live. So you get a good gauge of what the public really think. There's no cherry-picked videos what Dell does. Dell probably goes to the city centre for hours and hours and hours and gets one video. With Authentic Intent, because it's live, you can see every reaction. And do you know what? 9 out of 10 people walk past and just shake their head at him and say, shut up, you idiot. Or most people walk past. Some people stop and talk to him, but he never convinces anyone because he's obnoxious. He comes across as obnoxious. He comes across as passive aggressive, where it's like that whole Jehovah Witness attitude or that salesman attitude. And as much, like, fair enough, he's got cystic fibrosis, guys, and you should feel sorry for people with these diseases, but he's blaming the establishment for not having a cure for it and shit like that. And you should really be thankful to modern science. He's still alive. My missus told me she worked in the lung and chest department in the hospital, and the cystic fibrosis usually don't live long. So it's a miracle that this guy is still alive. And I don't know if he wants to leave a mark in the world. Maybe he's going to die soon, guys. Maybe this is what he's trying to do. Martyr himself for flat earth or some kind of cause. But anyway, guys, I'll let you have a look at this guy. Get ready to cringe your teeth away. Wee kids, nice idyllic day, wee kids, people enjoying, the wee kids dancing to the music. And
Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention tonight for a special announcement? The Earth is flat, motionless, and firm, and not a ball or sphere like we're taught in school. Please research.
Hey guys, I'm Carla.
Oh, Jesus, you prick. The monetizes his shit.
Go to Wix.com to
Search Flat Earth and have a wonderful week. Thank you.
Another fruitcake. He just gets all these remarks as he's walking away. The wee kids actually ran away from him when it running to the stage. It was weird actually. Look, the wee kids playing innocently.
Sphere like we're taught in school. Please research Flat Earth and have a wonderful week. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm gonna go in there and get around and check it out.
Get laughed away, pal. Get laughed away. It was hilarious. But he goes on. This is a bit weird, guys. And fair enough, you can film in public spaces, and like I said, I'm all for it. But if I was a dad, and these were my daughters and her friends, and this weirdo just walked up to them with a camera whilst they were in their bikinis, I'd go over there and seriously have a word with this guy. I wouldn't care if he says it's legal or not. I would tell him to go away, or there'll be consequences. Simple as that. This is a creep. This is creepy. And he actually aims for kids. He targets kids. But thankfully, most kids laugh him away. Most kids don't take him seriously at all. So, but like I said, this whole Mark Sargent, you being exposed, he's pushing a Flat Earth teen group or channel or something like that. It's just, but kids aren't interested in this shit. Right, guys. So authentic intent, and he's monetized all his shit and usual, and he's just a joke. And I watched him from the beginning, this little clown, and now he's getting to that. You can see the ego, and he's getting that smarmy way, and he thinks he's a bit of a star now on YouTube, and it's just annoying. It's just cringy, and it's just something to laugh at. It's just entertainment. This guy is just pure entertainment. But I'd be worried about them approaching my kids. I would seriously start looking at this, guys, with different set of eyes. Know your flat earth goggles on, guys. You've got to ask yourself, whether you're a flat earther or not, would you want some weirdo going up to your kids on the beach? I think it's inappropriate. I really do. Anyway, another cringe meister. It hits the dust, man. Fucking cringing. Cringy. Oh, talking about this guy, Ronnie. This is one of the most cringiest channels, people. Oh god. Oh, this stuff. Yahweh. Yeah. And if you're not with Yahweh, you're Satan's group. And see this bullshit. They push the simulation fucking crap, and they've got this model where the sun goes across looks like a square map. They've got these they look like those Japanese pillar things, but it's some kind of wooden structures at each side. And they have the sun and the moon falling and hitting pillars and disappearing and reappearing at the other side again. Like Pac-Man. They think the sun disappears for a second. Simulation theory, it must disappear if it goes to the end, it must disappear and come back. They're saying it teleports. And the thing about the British Empire, when it was the British Empire, the sun never set. The sun never set on the British Empire. You could always watch the sun. And it's just a saying, like I said, it's just a saying that if you wanted to, you could keep going around the earth and watch the sun all the time. It'll never disappear and teleport to another side of the world or some shit like that. But anyway, I went into Ronnie's chat. He's been using a part of my video, one of my old videos, the Globebusters map one. He's been using it in his tacky videos with all these computer game shit and all that, and it's just so cheesy, guys. This is it's so bad. And anyway, he was talking fighting talk in his chat. He was saying, "Oh, I was a hockey guy and I was doing this and I can do this and fighting and I went in his chat and I said, Ronnie, I'll knock you out." Just as a joke, but blocked instantly, and he went on a little rant. But these are more people to cringe at, guys. So I'm gonna give you over to the Mr. Ron Egypt.
Soar to the highest of heights, down to the darkest of deceptions. Nothing can stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Oh my God.
Your best community for top news and information regarding simulation reality.
Play the intro.
Your best community for top news and information regarding simulation reality, Christianity, and flat earth proof. You have now reached the first ever simulation nation realization. We are beyond flat
What a lot of shit, guys, honestly. This stuff is just hilarious. It's Yahweh shy fucking simulation. What a lot of garbage. I first came across Ronnie when he was hanging around with Laurie and Lawrence. You remember they two? Laurie and Lawrence. Was it Laurie Ferrari or some shit like that? And Lawrence Wright. And Ronnie used to hang around them, but there was a big dispute about the AE map, and they all came to the conclusion that the AE map, the Azimuth or the AZ map, was no, it was the AE map, AE, Azimuthal equidistant map. They said it was fake. They said that they debunked it. So flat earthers debunked the Azimuthal map, and Jeranism is still an Azimuthal guy. So how do you explain moonsets, sunsets? Oh God, it's like he's now established himself with AZ, and the flat earthers debunked the Azimuthal Jeranism. Get a fucking grip. God. Anyway, these jokers, Ronnie and Jason, they're so cringy, man. They're a joke. They're a joke to the flat earth. And like I said, any new people coming into this, brilliant. Brilliant. Find you been exposed. Find Dell. Find Yahweh way, guys. It's going to be great. Because people will just turn off. Brilliant. Brilliant. That's the way it should be. Right, guys. Let's get it on, and I've got one more thing I would like to cover with you before I go. I'm going to have a quick look at chat, give you all a shout out, a long deserved shout out, because I've not seen you in a while. Oh, there's a few people. There's IPS, the post-op tranny. There's Al K. There's 5 Round Circus with Isa and Tarbs. There's Base Lick, or Base Luck, LVCK, AK Matt. OJ McBaggins, Test Vision, Captain Bullshit in the house. And no subscribe to Captain Bullshit, guys. Go there. His videos are hilarious. And like I said, we need more laughter. We need to laugh at these people. And I kind of no gave you genuine, but when I first seen most of these videos I've showed you tonight, guys, I was laughing my head off. It's just not funny when you've seen them a couple of times around. But It's funny, cringy shit. Anyway, authentic, intense with young girls, flat earth guru. Authentic, intense. Oh god. Escaped FE mental patient. Gem Panda. Test Vision. Flat Earth Still Water. Flat Earth Zookeeper. Test Vision, I think I've said them already. Ireland Von Vicious. Laurie Gale. Flat Earth Still Water. I see Flat Earth Still Water quite a lot over at Jamie Brown's. And Jamie Brown, man. Oh, what can I say about that laddie? Right. That name, authentic, intense, with young girls. That's hilarious. Poseidon. Right, I think I've covered everybody. Activist News. Right, escaped FE mental patient. Jed Skeptic Media. Was this the best troll video they had? Oh, I don't know. Let me come on the show and teach you some education, son. Right, I think I've shouted everyone out. Flat Earth Zookeeper, Man as well. Right, guys. This is another thing within the Flat Earth CringeFest. This IPS character. We know Timmy Osmond's getting all cozy with them now. We know they're creating fake fights and Math Powerlands fighting me. Flat Earth asshole, and it's all fake. It's all fake. Just like the Timmy shit with those Denver crowd. It's all just bullshit. Or Timmy just wants to belong somewhere. He's got what's it called? Stockholm syndrome. I think Tim Osmond's got Stockholm syndrome. Anyway, my point is this image here, right? People raised money. Well, ODD TV raised money. And they're raising money for an aeroplane banner to go over a beach. And apparently it was flying for an hour over a beach. And this is the only proof they've got that this thing existing. This and this. So Flat Earth, you're willing to accept two images, two crappy images at that, and believe this guy and not look back at it. Because this is fake. This has been faked. If you can't get a video, at least a 10-second clip, the aeroplane was flying for an hour apparently. And people have searched on Plane Tracker and there was no plane tracked that day. So IPS is frauding people in money along with ODD TV. ODD TV was on some show. It was so CringeFest. I think, was it Flat Earth Reset? Check his channel out. He done a good breakdown of the whole ODD TV. Flat Earth Reset. But it was a joke. Total joke. And like I said, it's good. It's good. We're going to laugh, we're going to cringe, and we're going to point at them until their destruction, until it's finished. Because like I said, debate is over. Debate is over with these people. By debating with them, discussing with them, it's putting you down, you're giving them the privilege and go down to their level. And it's time for this shit to end. It's time for it to end, guys. And if people can take this as proof that this really happened, and not take Soundly's images, videos, raw files, hundreds, different he's even got different, it's not just the pylons, he's got like other things in his images. But he's got plenty of stuff, and people can't take that, but they can take this as fact. Issa Mahalski, you were on the night, man, and you're a good guy, Issa, but are you that stupid to think this is real? Unless you're getting a cut. So I think this Infinite Plane Society guy, he was on 8 hours, an 8-hour hangout, guys. Who sits on a hangout for 8 hours unless they're getting paid for it, man? And just like this Antifa, who get paid to disrupt society, I think these flat earthers like Infinite Plane Society have been paid by other. I think they must be getting paid to spend 8 hours a time on this shit, guys. So people won't question this, but they'll question Soundly's videos. It debunks the flat earth. They're calling it CG. That's how fucking stupid these people are. They're calling it CG. So when they resort to that shit, calling it CG. It's time, people, that we just stop debating these people. We start mocking them. We start making memes of them. We start putting their heads on stupid characters. We're going to ridicule these people. Like I said, debate's over. Debate's over. And the more I cringe, I've got a little project here, if you've noticed in the background. So once this project's finished, I'm going to go full on with the videos ridiculing these people. It's like back in the old days. Anyway, guys, hope you're having a good night. I might have another one of these at the weekend, in fact. I've just been pretty busy with my newborn baby. She needs a lot of attention. And it's 2:15 in the morning. This is the best times. I caught, that was another guy, Flat Still Earth, that Elmer Fudd guy. I went on one of his hangouts, and who was he talking about? Old Jeddy boy here, sitting there talking about Jed. I hope he's looking after his kids. It's like, what the fuck is it to do with you, Elmer? You know we got a rabbit he chased in a hole. Idiot. Anyway, I'm still here. Flatheads. I'm not going away. A shout out to everyone in chat. And I hope you have a good weekend. I'm not going to cut off right here because it usually goes back a few seconds. So I'm going to wait a few seconds. Cheers, guys.